victorious. Ready to get it rolling with the birthday girl, Izzy Ashburn. Turned 23 today. First serve of the match for Wisconsin. Weatherington cracked on the outside, off the block, and down.
The right side is a matchup that Penn State's going to try to exploit all night long with Julio Orgel up front. It's a much shorter of a block than what we normally see.
In Weatherington, fifth-year senior from Charlotte, get 8 kills, hit .235 with 4 blocks last night. It was big in stretches of that match about a week ago here against Nebraska, when Penn State threatened to take down the #1 ranked Huskers, and another put away right from the jump. And just like last week against Nebraska, imperative for Penn State to start strong against a strong squad.
Huge for Penn State to be able to start strong and get that balance going right away. Sometimes Penn State can become really outside dependent as the match goes on. Good for them for starting with the right side attack and a middle.
Holland with that latest kill. Ashburn to the outside. And there's Orgel, and that one does find the floor. Again, the junior from Poland, so versatile for this team. Katie Schumacher-Cawley understands that. Her team been pushed to the distance of late. 5 setters in 3 of the last 4. That sweep last night snapped a 3-match losing streak. Mac Pedraza backs it. Weatherington trying to go off speed, but the block leader in the Big Ten, 3rd in Division I, Carter Booth right there.
And no question why a hitter might try to go off speed against a blocker like Carter Booth, but because she's so tall, you have to even send it a lot higher just to get over those hands.
Orgel back, serve long. Quick side out there for Penn State. Kelly Sheffield's team coming in here after their impressive win last night, trying to make it back-to-back victories on the road. Season 11 for him, and with that win last night, moves past Pete Wade as the winningest coach as far as Big Ten wins go in program history. Outside opportunity there for Ken Hanna, and that's stuffed up front by Wisconsin.
Look, there's going to be a lot of stuffs tonight on both sides. These are 2 of the best blocking teams in the entire country. It is so difficult as an attacker to try to go for those edges because the edges aren't even really there with how far these teams press their hands over the net.
They are 2nd and 3rd in the nation in blocks per set, both about 3 per set. And Wisconsin in particular, Emily, has been on a tear block-wise. That time Hanna able to get it off the block and down. Last 2 matches, the Badgers have outblocked their foes 30-3.
And against a team like Maryland, too, who's a very good blocking team. So impressive for this Wisconsin team just to go up and use that physicality to their strength.
They have more than double the blocks of their foes throughout the season and have really turned it up a notch here in conference play. There's CeCe Crawford, senior from Lansing, Kansas, able to find room through the Penn State block.
Now we'll see Temi Thomas-Ilara go in. This is part of that lineup switch. They normally line her up as an outside, but with Anna Spreck not traveling, they have her lined up as a right side.
Again, that 6-2 offense run here by Wisconsin means Izzy Ashburn. 1 setter goes out. MJ Hamill, senior from Greenwood, Indiana, in, and she's back to serve for the Badgers. Usually to start first contact. Mersick down the line. AJ Guchtikin serving as the libero, and the Turkish native, the overpass, but good contact there, and Mac Pedraza calls her own number.
Very smart decision for Pedraza to go up in transition and put it down, but some incredible defense. Gulje Guchtikin taking a really tough one from an inside ball. Just that craftiness for Pedraza. She's able to finish it off. She knows exactly where that defense is on the other side.
And with all the pressure being applied to Mersick, knowing she's going to get a ton of swings, Pedraza been calling her own number, averaging about a half kill per set here in conference play. Franklin able to take that free ball and pound it down. How about the offense? We talked about the block game for Wisconsin, but Emily, our eyes were reeling from this. 80 attacks last night, 1 error.
And we joked about this. I mean, it's even if you have no defense on the other side, no block, nothing, to put up 1 error in 80 attempts, even in practice, is insane.
Mersick able to find open space there for Penn State. Kelly Sheffield, who's not easily impressed. Even he was like, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that before.
It's incredible to do against a really good Maryland team, but again, you don't even have to have a defense on the other side. The odds that only one attack error happens in 80 swings is unbelievable.
Yeah, they flattened Maryland last night. Again, that big storm, 13-1 block edge. And now the Penn State block trying to show itself, but that one out.
Temi Thomas-Stylari using that craftiness on the right side, just going for those high hands, going right up the fingertips.
Transfer from Northwestern. Again, shifting around to the right side here on this weekend trip for the Badgers. Pedraza outside, Weatherington hammers it, looking for the touch. None there. Point in Wisconsin.
Weatherington's an attacker that always likes to swing high, especially against a team like Wisconsin. She knows she's going to have to swing high and confident every time. The straight down's going to come right back at you.
Early on, Wisconsin picking up where it left off last night, hitting at 500 early. Penn State at 200. That'll help. Taylor Trammell, second year for her at Penn State. The Purdue transfer, able to find the floor.
Taylor Trammell been so effective, especially during Big Ten play. When they have good passes, they'll move her around along the net. It really stresses out the defenders, especially the blockers on the other side. 9
kills, hit 571 with 9 blocks. In that thrilling 5-setter against Nebraska a week ago that ultimately went the Huskers' way. And there is Carter Booth elevated.
This is why you have to find a way to get Wisconsin out of system. When they're in system, they become lethal. Even with a massive block in front of her, 2 put up, closed, she's able to either go over them or cut inside.
That's why she is leading the Big Ten in hitting percentage, authoring finishes at over a .450 percentage clip. Off the tape, Hannah and Pedraza combined to keep that one alive. Ashburn back set, and there's Devin Robinson striking.
Wisconsin may be thinking that that ball might have been down or a lift, but that's why you have to play through the whistle. Just play until you hear it, because if you don't, it's an easy point. Devin Robinson, great job just finishing that one off.
2-time all-first team Big Ten performer, is the last player to get a kill. And Wisconsin's got 6 kills right now by 6 different players. That talks about the balance for the Badgers, and who are you going to stop on this night as Penn State gets the point off the Badger block.
And on the point of Wisconsin's balance, it really changes any given night. If someone's having an off night, they have 5 other attackers that they can use and go to.
Back and forth here. Kelly Sheffield's crew up a ball. Ashburn outside. And there's Orgel. Again, to be able to do that, take the libero jersey off her and put her at outside hitter. Some coaches would do that and close their eyes. Kelly Sheffield's doing it probably with good thoughts, knowing she's had success.
Well, Julia Orgel's one of those players who's a Swiss Army knife. She can truly do anything. He trusts her in any position he can put her in, that she's going to rise to the challenge.
2 kills for her on 3 swings, and there is the high-rising Hannah.
Big swing from Cameron Hanna on the outside. They've tinkered around at that position, but have gotten comfortable having her on this outside spot. Against a team like Wisconsin, you have to continue to rip that line, because those middles are big and good blockers.
Hannah and Weatherington each with a pair of kills to lead Penn State. Serve from Maddie Pilotovic. 10 digs, 3 assists in Penn State's win last night. And now double contact there on Wisconsin.
That ball coming out just a little bit funny out of Devin Robinson's hands. You have too much spin on it and the ball's going over the net, normally you'll get called for that. Sometimes if it stays on your side, they're okay.
10-10 here between 2 top 20 ranked teams. And a hard serve from Pilanovic. Holland shutting down the shot from Robinson. Ashburn runs the middle, and Booth can't keep it in. So that'll lead the Badgers to have the serve here. Guchtikin back ready to put it in play. And that's popped a little long service-wise.
Penn State's a team that you can't just serve lollipops at them. We might see Wisconsin serve errors numbers be a little bit higher than normal. Because Penn State is such a good passing team, you have to serve aggressive.
Nebraska, Penn State, top two teams that are hardest to ace in the Big Ten. The Lions picking it up serve-wise themselves last night with 10 aces in their win here, along with 10 blocks against Michigan. Ashburn to the outside for Franklin, and that one struck long.
Franklin just sending that one out of bounds, not quite getting full extension on that snap, so she wasn't able to go down with it.
And Wisconsin here in the first set already has more hitting errors than they had all of last night. 2 of them. Yes, they are human. Still, Badgers firing at a .353 hitting percentage. There's a service error back for Penn State.
That's what's made this Wisconsin team so difficult to stop, is not only are they physical and balanced, but all of their hitters are so efficient. They rarely make those long errors. A lot of times it's either really close to that line, they might be getting blocked, but they don't make a lot of hitting errors.
One thing to keep a track of tonight, Kelly Sheffield kind of talked about it, is back-to-back nights for the first time for the Badgers here in Big Ten play and doing it on the road. And they had a little travel issue last night as that ball goes into the net. It was supposed to charter from College Park to State College, but delay in the charter. It wasn't going to leave till 2 o'clock in the morning, so they got done pretty early at Maryland, and they said to the bus driver, hey, do you want to drive us up to State College? They were able to work it out, get here, get maybe a few extra hours sleep by beating things and beating the planes, trains, and automobile story. Pedraza outside, Merzick cross court and wide.
Both sides really testing the edges of the court, trying to hit that back third or right on that sideline. That's where we're seeing these errors come into play.
Franklin restart. Going back to Merzick is Pedraza, trying to get her on track. Franklin dug by Bilanovic. Good contact from Jillian Grimes in the libero jersey for Penn State. And boy, it looked like Trammell was going to have an opportunity there to finish, but violation.
Yeah, that ball was just not over the plane of the net. Taylor Trammell went up and reached over. If that ball hasn't broken the plane, you can't go up and try to play it. Let's take a look at that. You see her kind of reach that hand straight over rather than waiting for that ball to come to her.
Devour those free balls, but jump the gun a little bit. Back set. Thomasai Lawrence stymied by Penn State. Merzick crushed it.
Merzick bringing a little bit extra heat on that one. One of the hardest swings that we've seen all night. This is what makes Jess Merzick so good. She has the ability to, when the set is there, she can have a massive swing, and it helps when the defense is making pickups like that so they can run this offense well and keep it balanced.
Second kill on 7 swings for Merzick. And Penn State fires one into the net. And a timeout here at Rec Hall. Good one thus far between the nation. Jason Knapp and Will Eamon, glad to have you with us here. 15-14 Wisconsin. Make it 16-14 after that serve was problematic for Merzick here to start off the best of 5.
Great serve from Caroline Crawford, going right down the line, catching Merzick on that right shoulder. Very difficult to bring that ball back into the court to lead your setter.
First ace in the match for either team. And now Merzick had to be at the ready again to dive down after that one dropped to the floor. And Wisconsin able to capitalize. Back-to-back points out of the timeout.
This is where Wisconsin is so good. As sets go deeper and deeper, they get better and better and just suffocate you.
Better contact from Merzick. Pedraza running it to Trammell. That'll work there for Penn State.
Big side out for Penn State right away. Nailing that pass, allowing Pedraza to use her middle, and they can go right in between the seam of the block.
Penn State last night, 3-set sweep of Michigan, hit 208. And again, the block advantage, 25-23, 25-22, and then waltz to victory, 25-13. And again, they were serving strong last night, but so far, 3 service errors and 0 in the ace category here opening set.
That win was huge for Penn State to bounce back after 3 5-set losses to Purdue, Nebraska, and Michigan State. They needed that bounce back to get back on track.
Tied for 3rd right now with Purdue in the conference at 10-5. And everybody chases the 2 front-runners here, the Badgers and Nebraska. And how about that? Booth and Orjo up and rolling for this team. At least 22 wins in 10 straight full seasons. Throw out the COVID season a couple of years ago. That's the longest such stretch in Badger history. Jason, win number 24 in 25 tries tonight. Serve from Ashburn. Pedraza going back for Wetherington, trying to get the tip over the block. Booth ready for it. Power that time from Wetherington. Ashburn the dig. Tight ball and Orjo coming across the line.
Yeah, Orjo, her whole foot stepped over that line. If that's happening where the play is happening, will get called for under the net. And that's a ball that maybe Carter Booth might just want to take over rather than set up a teammate. It's kind of a perfect set right to her. Go ahead and take a swing.
Grimes serving. Ashburn. Robinson on the slide, just hooked it wide.
One-on-one situation, that set just not quite there. But a good run from Robinson to go on that slide attack. She's played middle a lot during her career. That's what makes this offense so difficult. They have a lot of quick attacks at one time.
Pedraza had to go down to get that tip ball from Booth. Robinson off the hand of Hannah. Grimes setting Wetherington. Tickles the tape, hits the net.
Great swing by Wetherington. This set left way inside. It's really the only place she could take this was that cross-court shot, going right between the defenders in the backcourt.
3 kills, but 4 errors here in the early going for Wetherington. So hitting in the negative, trying to swing her way out of it. Free and clear on the outside.
Huge transition play for Penn State. Beautiful dig, allowed that set with tempo right on the line. Hannah's able to bang it.
Penn State win over the Badgers. Got to go back to November of 2019 here in 5 sets. Right now, this one down to the wire in the opening set. And Robinson popping up to take down that free ball.
Good heads-up play from Devin Robinson coming off of that slide. Her momentum was taking her way off the court. She got back in quickly, identified that overpass. Easy put down.
And Robinson with her second kill, along with 2 errors early on. Into the net.
Wisconsin, a few times now, we've seen that ball go right into the bottom of the tape. Those are the errors that you don't want to see. You're okay with those balls going out behind the end line, maybe close to the sideline. The ones in the net, those are the errors that you don't want.
And Wisconsin was flying early, hitting 500, now dipping below 200. Penn State at 192, still a little bit better than Wisconsin at this point. How about Grimes laying out? Vilanovic back. Wisconsin opportunity on the free ball. That was a team point for Penn State.
Defense working so well with the offense. Everyone getting involved in the play. Jillian Grimes with an incredible up. And Vilanovic chasing this ball down, doing whatever she can to keep it alive. Sends an easy free ball Wisconsin's way, but their defense settles in, eventually getting the point.
Hannah with the put away, her 4th kill to lead all the players thus far in this opening set. Ashburn trying to save it tight against the net. Can't. Wisconsin advantage in the nation also overtook Nebraska by a percentage point for top hitting percentage defense, but Penn State getting the job done here opening set. And now Robinson with a big put away off the block out of the timeout.
Izzy Ashburn has really gotten Devin Robinson going as this set's gone on. She's had difficulty putting the ball away because of that set location. That set in a much better spot.
Guchtekin serving. Off the tape. So the overpass there, the first contact for Villanova. And Franklin capitalizing.
How about that job from Sarah Franklin? One of the craftiest and rangiest that we've seen, hitting it inside the tee. And Guchtekin, a bullet of a serve. Almost catches Penn State off guard. They get the free ball. Sarah Franklin's able to have a nasty cross-court cut shot.
Better first contact for Villanova this time. And how about Holland putting it down through the Wisconsin block.
This is when you'll see both sides go to their go-to attackers. And for Penn State, you're going to see Jess Merzick get a lot of sets as they try to close out this first set. On Wisconsin side, look for them to go to Sarah Franklin.
Little conversation there with Kelly Sheffield and our R2, Joseph Gustafson. Not sure if he thought about maybe challenging that call. Either way, Penn State 2 points away for the first set win. Franklin says, hang on. Another hammer job there for the Wisconsin kill leader.
When Wisconsin needs points, they go to Sarah Franklin all the time. This was a beautifully disguised set by Izzy Ashburn. It looked like she was going to take that ball back to Devin Robinson, sends it outside, leaving Sarah Franklin one-on-one.
How about that? 15 ties, 4 lead changes here. Sign us up for more of this here at Rec Hall. Hamill, short serve. Villanova, good play. Now Hamill down for the up. Stark, nice get. Overpass, put away up front there for Wisconsin.
And that's an easy point. Penn State has to transition with an easy down ball. You got to put this right on the money. Get into your setter's hands so you can run the offense. That results in a free ball on Wisconsin side. Very easy put down for Crawford.
All the excellent passing there for Penn State when they need one, tied at 23, can't get it. Now Wisconsin has a set point. Hoping to help Wisconsin end it right now here in set one on her serve. Stark getting down. Merzick with the adjustment. Guchtekin bumping it up. And Franklin works the block, and Wisconsin surges to the set one win. State and trying to find a way back. Mentioned the 5-set history here at Rec Hall between these two. Well, 9 of the last 10 overall have gone at least 4. See if Penn State can keep that trend continuing by getting one here. Grimes coming back. Weatherington. Good luck against Carter Booth.
Especially out of system, Carter Booth is just electric. She knows exactly where those hitters are going to go. In this situation, it's out of system. It's a little bit off the net. The only shot the hitter could go with was cross court, so Carter Booth dropped that right hand in. That was an easy stop.
You know what Carter Booth can do? Get 4 blocks tonight, and that's, again, without Hannah Sprecht not making the trip this weekend for Wisconsin after getting dinged up in practice this week.
Penn State needs a little bit more of that, trying to get those middles going.
And there you see Calvin Booth. He had some success in this building. Penn State didn't move to Bryce Jordan Center for men's basketball until '96. We played some games here at Rec Hall, and that same number 52, worn proudly by Calvin's daughter for the Badgers.
Cameron Hanna putting that ball down. Penn State switched their lineup here in the second set. Normally they start with Jess Merzick up there, but Cameron Hanna's been their most effective hitter tonight, so they started her up front.
Robinson the swing. Hanna cross court and powers that through Guchtekin.
Not only is Hanna using so much power, but she's mixing up her shots so well. During set one, she was ripping shots right down the line. Now she's going for that cross-court shot inside of the defenders.
6 kills on 8 swings, hitting .625 is Cameron Hanna to this point. Merzick along the back, bumping it up, Hanna again off hands. Franklin. Merzick somehow able to keep that alive, and they rule double contact.
think, arguing that it was called a double, but it was just one hand from Allie Holland sending over. To be honest, it kind of also looked like a lift.
Yeah.
I think either way.
Pedraza going cross court for Hannah. And Robinson using that Penn State block again. The Nittany Lions have relied on the block so much, kind of a little startling that they haven't registered one so far tonight.
Yeah, Penn State's block hasn't shown up tonight. Not only are they not getting stuffs, they're not getting a lot of positive touches to allow their backcourt defense to transition plays.
And part of that is Wisconsin. Foes against the Badgers get the fewest blocks among Big Ten teams. And Mercick tracking back to try to save a can't, and the Badgers surge ahead.
And that swing just so high, going almost up and over the top. A little bit of a touch for Penn State this time, but with how high that ball is going, it's difficult to chase it down.
Pedraza had to hustle over and play the bump. Mercick flying for the back row. Grimes the dig. Again, Mercick, the option from the back row. And now hustling back for first contact. Weatherington cross court. C.C. Crawford looking good.
Wisconsin turning defense into offense. Gulje Gushkin sliding through with a good pancake. They're able to rely again on that defense and this big block for the point.
And Gushkin, so much time last year wearing that libero jersey. And someone to put it on again with Orgel filling in it outside this weekend. And Franklin looking for more power, instead point Penn State.
Smart decision to try to take that ball cross court from Franklin, just not exactly aware of where she was at along the net. With how sharp she wanted to take it, she would have had to get really high on top of it.
Tough first contact, and Ashburn just running out of room.
Beautiful serve from Vilanovic, putting so much pressure on it, driving this ball so far back, making it difficult for these passers to decide whether to take it with their hands or take it with their platform.
Vilanovic again. Tough serve. Gushkin. Better work on that first touch. Franklin's bomb handled by Penn State. And now settling in at the net.
Jillian Grimes digging in for this ball. So difficult to pick up with how fast and how much speed's coming off of Franklin's attack. She made that dig look easy.
Hannah continuing to be super effective here for Penn State. Leads all players with 7 kills. Allie Holland, Mac Pedraza in shutdown mode as Penn State gets that first block.
Not a good time. Penn State has to get that block going, start to get touches on this Wisconsin offense. Both blockers working so well in unison, and Pedraza just getting those hands over.
There's that first one on the board for the Nittany Lions up front. Two teams that can just take you out of rhythm with what they do at the net. And a rare kind of shank swing there for Sarah Frank.
Seems like some of those errors that we didn't see last night for Wisconsin are maybe bleeding into tonight just a little bit.
Is it the law of averages?
Yeah, exactly. A little bit more high error than what we normally see from this really efficient Wisconsin program.
Yeah, you look at 8 errors already here and just a little over a set after just having one last night. MJ Hamill and company in. That 6-2 going into effect. It's going to be Thomas Ilar checking in. And we talked about the versatility of this team. Remember, Hamill out for a bit with a concussion issue. Robinson missing some time. They slide to 5-1, win 3 matches in a row without that duo, and have them back for that big battle with Nebraska. That's Hannah again to the outside.
Cameron Hanna's been so impressive tonight.
So, after that, point Wisconsin. Penn State lead at 1. Hanna running into C.C. Crawford, 4th in the Big Ten at blocks, over 1.3%.
That's a tough ball for Cameron Hanna to try to put down. It's coming from the complete other side of the court. You know that block's going to be set up well in front of you. Crawford had an easy stuff.
And 2 top block teams in the conference, and 4 of the top 7 block individuals here in this matchup. 2 for the Badgers, 2 for the Lions. How about the punch there from Franklin to put it over? Hanna lighting up another one. Gooch to King. Good first contact. Pedraza from Merzick out of the back row, and that's Crawford who read it perfectly.
Read it as well as you could have read it. In a back row attack, as a blocker up front when you're one-on-one, you just have to pick an angle. And Wisconsin's so good at this. They can see where those hitters are going, make that last-second adjustment, and dive those hands back into the seam.
Wisconsin now 7-1 block edge here against Penn State. Now Crawford there again, but it pops out of bounds.
Cameron Hanna having more success going for those high hands. She's a player that touches, what, 10-8, 10-9, 10-10. She flies up there, so she's able to hit those fingertips pretty easily.
And trying to make that connection for Mac Pedraza, she talked about it with us, is it's challenging. Setting a high ball's one thing, setting a tempo ball's another thing. Setting a high tempo ball for somebody like Hanna can be a challenge as Penn State's starting to get that block ramped up.
On that set to Hanna, it's different when you have a player like Hanna up front as opposed to Jess Mersey, because yes, they're both high flyers, but Hanna touches so high. You have to have it high with tempo. As that block just starts to get going, we're seeing it come alive more and more, especially out of system.
Both of the walks from the Nittany Lions here in this set. So Wisconsin tries to go off speed over it. About the work from Grimes to keep it alive. Garland and Pedraza saying no, 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 no.
Penn State's defense really turning up both the backcourt and the front court. Huge pickup by Jillian Grimes to keep this play alive. And out of system, Penn State's doing a phenomenal job closing this block up. No seam in sight.
Now Grimes had 15 digs in the 3-set sweep last night. Already 5 in this matchup. Pedraza's got 5. Bilanovic's got 6. 30 already in the match here for Penn State. Holland looking for a touch there at the net. And Mac Pedraza coming.
Right hand to Thomas Ailara.
So relatively quick overturn there. Yep. Saw that taped finger of Thomas Ailara move. It's Penn State now, instead of being up 1, up 3. Wicked serve there from Hanna, and the Badgers struggle to handle it. Late movement on that ball, it just dropped to the floor.
So difficult to pass because of how fast it's coming. There's also no spin on this ball. It's very flean, as we call it. Flat and clean, drives these passers back. It's coming in hot.
And Hanna was hot ace-wise last night against Michigan. 4 of them had tied her career high. Again, Penn State matched its season high with 10 aces against the Wolverines. And that's the second of the night now for the Lions. Merzick. How about Grimes? Another killer pass to get things started.
When Penn State gets momentum, they're so difficult to stop. They feed off of it. If they're able to string together just a few points, it fuels every part of their game, not just the offense. Defense, they're able to get these big pickups.
And it's been a battle of attrition here, hitting-wise in this set. Penn State still hitting under 100, but that's better than Wisconsin, which is hitting in the negative. 2 kills, 5 errors thus far for the Badgers, and now at the net, easy pickings there for Allie Holland. Ticketed for the NCAA tournament here in volleyball. In Wisconsin and Penn State with a key battle big in the Big Ten standings, but bigger when you look at where they're going to be seeding-wise for the national tournament.
Both these teams are looking at seeding from different perspectives. For Wisconsin, they're trying to get a top 4 seed to host to the regional finals. Penn State, based on their remaining schedule, it looks like they have to win this game if they want to get a top 16 seed to host to those first 2 rounds.
Pedraza working for Merzick. Hamill for Orgel. Pedraza got a piece of that. Thomas Aylor, Stark at the ready of the bat. And Merzick just outsmarting the block there with that push through it.
Really smart play from Jess Merzick, just pushing it right through that tough block.
You know, look at those numbers. And again, you look at that against the top 50 RPI, Penn State just 3 and 7. Again, they've handled their business, just done this, a 7-1 scoring run. And Jess Merzick hasn't been as normally high profile as she normally is. Just 4 kills for her, hitting at 133. You see the numbers overall. Penn State near 200. Wisconsin still under 100. Badgers took the first set, coming from behind at the tail end of it to grab it 25-23. Thomas Aylor traveled, tried to make it work, but couldn't.
Thomas Aylor using her power to go right through that block. This is a player who has one of the hardest swings in the entire country. As a blocker, you have to be even more pressed over. You can't be late to it because she'll beat you inside.
Stark again in the back row with first contact. Grimes working it to the outside for Mercer. Going off speed. That was set up nicely for Taylor Trammell.
Mac Pedraza is setting such a balanced offense tonight. Normally we see Jess Merzick's numbers so much bigger than everyone, but right now what they're doing is they're getting every player involved, a lot from the pins as well. It's not just all outside to Merzick.
All 5 of Penn State's hitters have at least 3 kills. Hannah with the most, and Pedraza getting a little bit of a breather. Quinn Menger, junior from St. Catherine's School in Virginia, in to serve. Marshall going down the line. And wide.
Wisconsin having difficulty putting the ball down against Penn State, whose block came alive. That forces hitters to try to hit shots that they don't want to hit.
18-11 Penn State. Largest lead of the match here for either team tonight. Thomas Aylor, another quality dig from Grimes. Penn State can't finish it.
Wisconsin gets a big break there, especially with Jess Merzick in the hitting error, something that doesn't happen too often. And now back into one of their better rotations with Devin Robinson up front.
Izzy Ashburn out of concentration. Her service full. Orgel on the outside.
Orgel's having a pretty good blocking night for a player that's been wearing the libero jersey pretty much all season up until last night. She's setting up these blocks so well, taking away that line of approach of the attacker.
Always helps when you got Carter Booth sliding over at 6'7" to help cover up front on the blocks. And Merzick able to power that one through in the back.
Better adjustment from Merzick on that swing, swinging high rather than down into those hands. That's what you want to do against a big block. Just start swinging high and swinging hard.
See Jess Merzick with the long leg sleeve on the right leg. Asked about it today, and basically it's mid-November. Everybody's got something they're trying to work through.
Everyone's tired at this point.
And Wetherington taking advantage of that one, just lurking in the air to pound it down.
Wisconsin's block just a little bit too far away from the net. That allowed way too much space in between those blockers' hands for that ball to come through.
4th kill for Zoe Wetherington. Ashburn going outside of Robinson. How about Booth with a bump set? And Robinson able to work it off the block.
Devin Robinson been very versatile on the right side tonight, mixing up her shot so well. Not just using that power shot down the line or cross court that she likes, she's throwing in a lot of off speeds too.
9 kills, 6 blocks with a victory about 24 hours ago down at College Park. Here, team high 6 kills on this evening. And there's Cam Hanna, a wide variety of shots that she's using to great success tonight.
A difficult situation for her to put a ball down. She's falling backwards. The only thing she can do is throw in a roll shot. She's able to manage it and score.
One away from double figures in kills for Hanna. Holland stuffing that one down. Joust between her and Booth. Ashburn tight at the net. Pedraza for Holland. And that's negated by Booth.
A lot of net play going on, and it's difficult to beat Wisconsin on these net plays because they're so physical and strong. But Allie Holland, she matches that. She's able to push it over. They're able to find a way to sneak through.
9 blocks now tonight for Wisconsin. Hanna soaring.
Cameron Hanna going up and over that block, which is so difficult to do on the outside. But for a player that touches 10-10 like she does, she's able to go up and over them.
Block was there, just not high enough. And State 3 points away from evening the match. Sarah Franklin kind of been quiet here of late and gets an opportunity to finish.
Wisconsin's been trying to mix up their offense just a little bit more, get other people involved. They've become too reliant on Sarah Franklin so far tonight. What opens shots up for her is when they do get other players involved.
First kill for her this set. Again, Wisconsin still hitting in the negative in this set with 5 kills and 6 errors. Now, Penn State, little off kilter there defensively.
Yeah, that's probably a play that someone else should take away from Mac Pedraza, who's running from the complete other side of the court. Just step in and throw in a high ball.
Goes into the books as an ace for Hamlin. 2nd of the night for the Badgers. Franklin. And the angles she chooses are amazing.
So impressive, the angles that she's...
Kind of cool to see that. Coach Sheffield talking about being able to do something with hand-eye coordination, not a lot of physical stress for his team. And they were in a good mood here. Their pass and serve this afternoon, after their convincing win last night. They need to kind of find a way to juggle this situation right now against Penn State, which is 2 points away from the set 2 win.
I'm going to say, too, those players can all juggle very well. It's pretty impressive.
Almost a collision there. Hamel Guchtikin. Can't clean it up. Holland standing tall.
Penn State's block really coming alive in set 2 when they needed it to try to shut down Wisconsin's physicality. They're 4th of the set.
Penn State riding its block game to great success here. They're holding Wisconsin down. Set point. Franklin peppering one to the deck.
Wisconsin needs points. They will go to Sarah Franklin every time. Even with her moving to the back row now, watch them to get her going back there.
As clean as it gets. Team high 7 kills now for Franklin. And back to serve. Just a little off balance, finds the net. Another set point retrieved by the Badgers. Trying to adjust to that set, and Orschel shutting the door.
Never count Wisconsin out. Doesn't matter how much they're down, how many set points they're fending off. They're going to continue to play their game.
3 straight here for Wisconsin. Trying to keep cooking here on Franklin's serve. That one had a dip. Stark with the pass. Hamill for Orschel. And that works. The Badgers bidding to come all the way back.
Penn State might want to take a timeout as Katie Schumacher in it. But defensively, too, she's already racked up 4 blocks tonight, being very effective up front.
And it helps when you can bring in a player the caliber of Gulje Guchtikin to put on that libero jersey and handle the business there. 8 digs thus far for Guchtikin and an assist. Wisconsin trying to keep this rolling. Pedraza had to hustle for the dig. Merzick. That's off of Hamill. Free ball, Penn State. Another good scramble there for the Badgers to stay in it. Stark out of the back row, that's long, and the Badgers make it 5 in a row here.
All of a sudden, Wisconsin's able to claw their way back in. They're using different people. Their defense is settling into these long rallies, extending them.
A 6th chance here for Penn State to take the set. Villanova, good dig. Merzick, that's off. And suddenly, Wisconsin has tied it up at 24.
Down 24 to 18 at one point. Now a 6-0 scoring run. Never count this team out of a fight.
Felt like a foregone conclusion. Now it's up for grabs. That'll work. Penn State wishing it had come a few points earlier, but Holland gives them another set point.
A little bit of extra something went into that one for Holland. She wants to get this set done. Penn State, they were up 22 to 20 back in set 1 and let it slip away. They don't want to do the same thing here in set 2.
So Holland with the kill, and now Holland with the serve. Goes off speed, and it works off the Penn State block and down.
That ball just falling right between a few players that they got the touch on the tape. Just no one called it off in time to chase it down.
.25 apiece. Villanova handles Crawford's serve. Merzick going cross court and wide. Katie Schumacher-Cawley wants to challenge.
And that'll be a question of whether that ball was in or out. That's in.
And that's big. Flip the script here. Instead of set point Wisconsin, the Nittany Lions have yet another opportunity to close the door in this set. Pedraza to serve. From Grimes. Guchtikin down to keep it alive for the Badgers. Orschel, another huge swing.
Both sides defensively just digging in. It is so difficult to put a ball down. Jillian Grimes earlier in that play taking a tough one from Carter Booth. Not a lot of players are able to make digs like that. That's why you got to keep your hands up and ready at all times because it's coming on you quick.
.26 all. Roll shot there from Merzick. Badgers ready for it, but they can't stop the Lion stuff.
It's a big time for a big block from Penn State. Out of system, they know exactly where this ball is going. That gives them time to set up and get their hands over.
Set point number 9 here for Penn State. And it's number 9 serving Jess Merzick. Tough first contact for the Badgers. And Orgel finds a way, spanking it off the block.
That is such a difficult ball to hit, let alone get a kill off of, because you can't see that block in front of you. She's taking a blind swing at this ball behind her head. She just got to hope that it gets over the net, and it does, barely.
How about Ashburn on the run to at least make that serviceable? Great work. Giving Penn State a 10th chance now to grab the set.
That's set just a little bit higher than what she would have wanted, but she's able to still make something out of it.
11 kills for Hannah. Good serve from Grimes. Franklin wide, and finally set 3 on tap. Ashburn to serve. Hope you're enjoying it here on the Big Ten Network. Jason Knapp, Emily Eamon. We serve from our location here courtside at Rec Hall. Orgel again off speed.
Orgel's been going back to that tip time and time again throughout this match, just having a lot of success. Just the easy one right over that block, almost coming down on their backs.
She's matched Franklin now with 7 kills to guide the way, hitting at .385. Again, crazy you can pull your starting libero, throw it outside hitter, and get that kind of production. The adaptability, as we talked about at Wisconsin, remarkable. There's Ashburn handling that laser from Weatherington. Merzick out of the back row. Good scramble there from the Badgers. Ashburn again. Orgel converting again.
Julia Orgel is so good at a system, and they just throw up junk her way. She's able to handle it. She has such a high volleyball IQ. She knows she has to swing hard and high. She also just has such a great touch. She's able to get on top of these really difficult plays.
You can see how fiery she is. Kelly Sheffield had told us when she moved to libero, said had to kind of change that personality. You're not terminating points like you do at the hitting spot as Trammell finishes on the inside. So she had to adjust that, but you can see she's releasing the excitement now, but she's back to finishing points.
Oh, and it's so fun too. I mean, she plays with her emotions on her sleeves. You know exactly how she's feeling at all times. It's fun to see her in the hitting rotation again because of how fired up she gets.
Quality effort there. Service-wise, Grimes checking in with the ace, 3rd of the night for Penn State.
Beautiful serve from Grimes, going right in the seam of Franklin and Goochtikin. Difficult ball to decide who's going to play it and whether that's in.
Goochtikin, another challenging play in the back. Free ball, Penn State. Pedraza going back to Weatherington. Out of that mess, point Penn State.
Lots of chaos happening on both sides. Normally, during those plays, it's a question of who can calm the chaos better. Penn State did a great job going up, being disciplined.
Little thought there from Hannah that maybe she had gone over the net, but goes into the books as a point for the Nittany Lions. And they side out quickly with the service error. Pedraza came over, but Weatherington handled it. Cross-court look there from Hannah. And can't dial in the angle.
Hannah not getting on top of that one as much as she would have. She didn't have that snap down, causing that ball to sail out of bounds.
Pedraza back for Wetherington. Robinson off the Penn State block. Holland trying to feather that through the block. Holland and Wetherington there, but out of bounds, point Badgers.
Smart play from Sarah Franklin up front, knowing that she's going to have those two big blockers in front of her. She swings high right at the fingertips to send it out of bounds.
Tooling effectively there is Franklin. She and Orgel 8 kills each. Hannah still pacing Penn State with 11, 6 for Merzick and Holland. And that serve slides long. Milanovic checking in for Penn State and ready to serve again. She's got one of the 3 aces on the night for Penn State. And that effort popped long. And Penn State's had issues at times this year. Katie Schumacher-Crawley's talked about players not being aggressive, sometimes too much, frustrating. That's something you can control, that service game. And off a good night last night against Michigan. Been a struggle tonight, but able to get the quick side out, and Hannah back to serve again. Long way across for Franklin, and it's worth the wait.
A beautiful set from Izzy Ashburn. She's able to get her feet there and use so much strength to push this ball all the way out. She's so far on the other side of the court, but she has so much strength to get that ball out there. Franklin's able to identify that, but right at the hit blocker's hands again.
Franklin kill away from another double-figure kill night. 10 last night in that 3-set sweep at Maryland. Initial first contact. Each to kid, nice dig. Merzick kind of found just a little sliver of daylight and put it home.
A bread and butter shot for Jess Merzick up front. She loves that cross deep corner shot. She takes a little bit of speed off of it just to place it perfectly right in that opposite corner.
Pedraza with her 32nd assist of the night. 2 digs away from her 9th double-double of the year for the Penn State setter. Thomas Ilara trying to make something happen there on a system and can't.
Thomas Ilara struggling with the ball in the court. She's in some tough situations, though, especially when she's outside in these rotations, getting a lot of junk balls.
And the past first team All Big Ten performer at Northwestern, finding her role here with this Badger squad. And Franklin flattening that one to the deck.
And in this rotation, they'll keep Thomas Ilara on the outside. The only place Sarah Franklin can hit this ball is a high 2-ball. Penn State's defense didn't expect it. Franklin was able to come in with a hammer.
10 kills for her, hitting 139. Pedraza calls her own number, and the timing is right.
Pedraza isn't too offensive as a setter up front. She doesn't throw in a lot of dumps, but when she does, it's so effective because she knows exactly when to do it and where the defense is.
Her 2nd put away of the night. Crawford getting it over. Mersick off hands. Weatherington stepping up.
Huge stuff from Zoe Weatherington up front, identifying exactly where Auger wanted to hit this ball. She dove her hands back into the seam for a huge shutdown.
Her first block of the night. Yeah, one of the reasons she's been back on the floor, you look at the numbers, the blocks have been there. 8 blocks against #1 Nebraska last week, 4 last night against Michigan. And now call at the net here against Penn State. Mac Pedraza going to ask for an explanation from Brian Hamill.
Hamill touched it and then it went into the block. Not sure I agree with that, but that's also not a play that you can challenge.
Right, and Kelly Sheffield just kind of turning and walking back to the bench area. So Penn State here serving at 10-8. Thomas Ilara rifling one down the line, but out.
Thomas Ilara just trying to get a little bit too crafty in some of these attacks and paint those sidelines and the end line. At this point, you just want to get the ball in the court and try to hit the meat of it.
2 kills, 5 errors for her on the evening. And it's Penn State by 3 here in set 3. Franklin, back row blast.
And not a great set for Franklin, but she's able to adjust that approach. And check out this angle. She's falling to the left. She's able to turn her thumb down and still find a way to hit that cross court.
And what Kelly Sheffield was talking about with us, that she and Jess Mersick, for that matter, as that serve goes long, kind of held his arm out and just made an arc of the court and said anywhere in that arc she can find effectively. That's amazing.
Yeah, both Franklin and Mersick are able to hit truly any shot in the book, and in any situation, they're able to see the blockers in front of them, see what shots they have available, and just hit the best one that's available.
Yeah, that's why they're 2 of the best and terminating in the conference and the country. Service error back here for Penn State. And Ashburn back in, Hamill out. Switch to the servers here, the 6-2 attack for the Badgers. Critical little time here in this set. Again, swing set here, number 3. And that's long from Ashburn.
Errors starting to pile up for both sides. Penn State up to 8 service errors. Wisconsin now up to 7. Again, these are 2 teams you have to serve really tough against because they aren't out of system very often. Those are where those errors are coming from.
Ashburn in rhythm there to Robinson on the slide and the strong finish.
Izzy Ashburn went to that slide a lot during set 1. The connection wasn't quite there. They went away from it during set 2. But right here in set 3, that connection looks as good as it gets.
Robinson, 2-time first-team All-Big Ten performer. 13 ABCA All-America last year. She's got 7 kills now tonight. Franklin. Holland and Weatherington, and that side blocked down.
Weatherington really upping her game defensively up front. Not only getting stuffs, but really good touches to allow her backcourt to work.
And Zoe checking out in 2 key blocks here in this set. Overall, Wisconsin still with a block edge, team-wise 10-7. Penn State with a 3-point advantage here in the set. Booth to Ashburn, that was money.
A beautiful connection between Ashburn and Booth. Even about 8 feet off the net, Ashburn's able to get these middles going. Even within about 10 feet, she still has the confidence to allow these middle blockers to go to work.
3rd kill for Booth as she checks out. Block leader in the conference, already with a half dozen blocks on the night. Franklin just making it work.
She's taking care of so much junk. I mean, they just chuck the ball up to her and hope for the best. She finds ways to not just keep the ball on the other side of the court, but she's able to find kills on it. Just going right off of Grimes. Going way up in the stands. As hard she hits that ball.
Tough first contact for Penn State. Grimes. Well, Pedraza had to hurl herself over to keep it alive. Grimes again. And Penn State can't reel in the next ball.
Back-to-back plays for Penn State. That same ball going right in front of the outside attacker. Mac Pedraza can't get to that ball in time. Someone's got to step in and play that. Or Mac Pedraza has to call it off and get there.
Grimes 11 digs now on the night.
14, serving 14.
And suddenly Wisconsin ripping off 3 straight points to square us at 14 apiece. Guchtikin, team high 13 digs, also 4 assists with the serve. Holland pushing that through the block.
That slide attack's been effective for Penn State. When they can get Holland going, it's been effective in Penn State.
4 more matches for all these Big Ten squads, 2 more weekends before we get to NCAA tournament time. And Franklin again waving goodbye to another kill, her 14th of the night.
Wisconsin becoming pretty reliant on Sarah Franklin, whether she's in that front or the back row. They are getting her going. Already 40 attempts. The next closest person is 21.
And again, trailed in all 3 sets. Remember, they came back from that 2-point deficit in set 1 to win. 6 straight to make things intriguing in set 2 before ultimately forcing Penn State to win it on a 10th set point. And now here they come flying back again to jump in front.
Jess Merzick with another error. She's hitting 0 tonight. Wisconsin's held her pretty well. They're sending blockers out, forcing her to try to hit shots that she doesn't want to, resulting in those errors.
That's why Cam Hanna has been so important with 12 kills for Penn State. Merzick on the outside again. That's off and deep. And the Badgers make it a multi-point lead.
This is where Wisconsin makes that push. When it's late in sets, they're able to close it out, starting to extend that lead just a little bit more.
Stark with a crack out of the back row. Crawford in that battle with Holland at the net. And they get the violation there on Crawford.
And then Crawford clipped it with her back on that way down, just turning after that joust happened.
Serving for the Lions, Abby Holland, 16, serving 17.
Just a quick look at this. That left arm coming on the way back down.
Having to come all the way back. Franklin with a bomb from the back row. And then Merzick navigating her way through the Badger block.
Merzick cleaning up some junk. She's able, even with that double block in front of her, use that power to get right through. And a good transition for Penn State, putting up a pretty good ball off of that down ball.
17 all. And Holland dumps one to the net.
Sarah Franklin to serve 18, serving 17.
She'll check out. And it's Franklin's turn on the service line. Pedraza going herself, gets the overpass. And there, Taylor Trammell, I don't know if that was a miss hit or just a tip, but it worked.
And more of a miscommunication on Wisconsin's side, too. A lot of people watching that ball fall.
This is what is on the line here in this matchup, not just a Big Ten game, but to help or hurt your RPI in seeding down the stretch for the tournament.
Yeah, RPI is so important for that selection committee. When they look at seeding, a lot of that comes from RPI and where teams fall.
The ratings percentage index that factors in some things, including who you play.
Sarah Franklin getting that foot on the line on the back row attack. Good call for that.
And now Penn State vaulting itself in front here in 1918. Badgers is dropping 5 sets in Big Ten competition throughout their 16 matches now, and Pedraza saw her reaction after that one left the hand, knew it was long. Running the middle, Taylor Trammell only taken 11 swings tonight, but 8 of them converted for kills.
When they get her the ball, she is so effective, and especially on this gap when she's between 2 blockers, she's able to split them and go right down the seam.
Senior from Lexington, Kentucky. Clutch. Penn State at 20. Mersick the serve. Boy, that's massive from Temi Thomas-Ilara on a night she's been struggling to deliver that before she checks out.
So big for her to come up in that moment. Now that this team is in the red zone, they can't make too many errors. Thomas-Ilara is someone that they wanted to step up.
And a big hug coming on the side there for the Badger. And Ashburn fires one long. Hey, they know at times it's been a struggle for her tonight. They're ready for it.
You gotta hype her up when she gets a kill like that. She's a little scared of it.
Little hug love at the end. Franklin with another rip from the back row. Smoke.
Late in sets, Penn State's going to continue to find Cameron Hanna. She's the hot hand tonight, hitting about 300. They're going to find her when they need a point. And late in sets, when they're in this red zone, they'll look for her to take a lot of swings.
7-1. Can they deliver a signature win on the season? 22-20 Penn State here in the third. Marshall goes with the tip. Ashburn, another dig. She's got a double-double tonight. Holland kind of saving the day. Caught Wisconsin a bit off guard. And there's Orgel again at a big spot with a big swing.
Huge swing from Amelia Orgel. She was putting everything that she had in that. Almost though a miscommunication on Wisconsin's side. Few people looking at this ball that almost fell. Luckily, Orgel was able to power through this block.
After her 9th kill, there with the serve. Grimes, beautiful ball up front for Pedraza. Ashburn, the middle to Booth. Straight fire from Cameron Hanna.
All night long, she's been delivering fire. She has not taken, I believe, one off speed this entire night. She is hit after hit. She wants to win this game with aggression. That's what you have to combat a physical Wisconsin team with. You have to match them in physicality. Cameron Hanna's doing that.
Penn State inching closer to taking the lead in the match. Franklin. You need a big point. Your go-to player gets it and gets it done.
Gets it done, and it's been a slugfest back and forth battle. All of these outsides putting everything they have into some of these swings.
Kill 15 for Sarah Franklin. Still hitting in under 200. And again, offering a bunch of big points here in this set. Hanna, another huge cut. Franklin off the Penn State block and out, and Wisconsin's pulled even.
Keep looking for both teams to go to their go-to attackers. Franklin getting a lot of sets right now because they trust her.
And has delivered 11 of the 51 digs for Penn State on the night, and a massive service error for Wisconsin out of the timeout gives Penn State set point. Hannah serve. Warshall tracking back to get the dig. Ashburn, no surprise going to Franklin. Pedraza likewise to Merzick. The star showcase. Wisconsin, and 20 of them again. Different environment here. They were so in rhythm last night, nearly flawless. And tonight it's been a bigger test. Can they rise to the occasion and avoid a second loss of the season? Again, the only defeat for the Badgers at the hands of #1 Nebraska in Lincoln. And now Penn State again with another great and challenging road environment for foes here at Rec Hall, starting off with the first point of set 4. There's a tough angle on that serve. Franklin ready for it, and Booth blasting that down to get the Badgers on the board here in the 4th.
That's what can happen was when Wisconsin gets those middles involved in the offense. When that pass is there, they become so difficult to stop, especially a player like Carter Booth who stands at 6'7". She's able to go up and over people.
In good position, the block sails wide. And this would be Penn State's first win against the top 2 opponent since September of 2017. And beating the #1 ranked Stanford Cardinal at that point. And it looked like they were going to take down #1 Nebraska for a good chunk last week. And that's the question, is you see Booth up front for Wisconsin. Penn State, as we can see, can play with the top teams in the country. Can they sustain it and pull out a victory? That's the question.
Sustaining it's been big for this program, even just to put together those set wins and eventually match wins. We've seen inconsistencies from them at times. We've seen the highest of the highs, and we've seen them be kind of average at times too.
And Matt Pedraza telling us last week for the Nebraska match, really hadn't put together a good set. They did that in the first set when they hit over 500 against Nebraska, but can they do it now for the length of a match and the opportunity here against the Badgers? 3-2 Nittany Lions. Villanovec back to serve. Merzick out of the back row and able to tool the block from there.
All Penn State's hitters really going for the edges of the block for Wisconsin. Wisconsin not pressed over enough on some of these to get those hands over quicker.
Ashburn wanting Franklin. And that was clearly in rhythm.
Yeah, that connection looked pretty good, and we've seen tonight some of the connections between setter and hitter on Wisconsin's side be a little bit iffy. That's one connection that we know is always going to be good.
17th kill for Sarah Franklin on the evening. Her career high in this building against Penn State a couple of years ago, when she rang up 27 kills. Hannah stymied by the Badger block. Merzick always an option out of the back row. How about the alertness to keep that up after she got stuffed? Hannah, no look touch up front, and now plays it over. One of the longest rallies in the match. Terminated by Hannah.
Penn State's defense digging in to extend these rallies, and the coverage against so many Wisconsin blocks that came right back at them. Everyone was dialed in covering each hitter.
I don't know if that was a protect yourself first contact from Hannah to start that play or what, but it's got it going.
Sometimes as an off blocker, when you're going up against another outside that can hit those nasty cross-court shots, you got to be ready at all times just to get your hands up at a moment's notice.
Crazy sequence, and it leads to the Penn State point and 5-3. Hannah serving again. Villanova got her left mid out there, but not going to control that rocket from Franklin.
With how much heat that Sarah Franklin is bringing to some of these swings, you have to be so dialed in as a defender, because you not only have to get your hand there in time, you have to be able to absorb all that power as well.
That's pretty good skill to just get contact on that missile. Smarts there from Crawford to steer it to open space.
Wisconsin does such a great job on overpasses because they don't get overly aggressive. Sometimes you'll see hitting errors happen when a hitter maybe really just wants to go up and attack that ball rather than just go up in an easy put down. Wisconsin's really good at that.
A little wetness on the floor. Allie Holland wanted addressed, just checking her footing there. Back at it here, 5-all. Franklin serve. Merzick keeps motoring away. And again, 8 hitting errors tonight, but now 11 kills.
She's a player that even if she might be having kind of an off night, she's going to continue to take big swing after big swing. It doesn't phase her in that way.
70 plus in a match this season, tied her season high with 27 kills, 11 digs in the 5-set loss at Purdue last weekend. 44 swings thus far tonight for Mercer. Stuffed.
Huge stuff from Jess Merzick, attacking this ball so well, getting inside that line of approach, diving those hands right back into the seam that Thomas Aguilar wants to hit.
Yeah, Merzick with a double-double, 13 digs and the 11 kills, and now stepping up with her second block. Serve long. Both teams double figures in service errors now. Holland steps out. Penn State hitting at 625 early stages of this 4th set. Wisconsin at 308. And another point for Penn State with the call at the net. Yeah, so they're giving the explanation here to Katie Schumacher-Cawley. Even threw off PA announcer here for a minute that they've overturned it and they're going to replay the point.
Another look at this. Initially called the net call, but Carter with his hair being in the net, and that's the only part of her that was, which is legal. So we'll replay.
So another serve from Crawford. Thomas Ilara nearly in the seats here. Nice play to keep it alive. Pedraza trying to go for herself and just didn't quite have the height to get it over.
A smart decision in transition. That's the best time to throw in a setter dump. There's a smart time to do it. There's execution not there.
Pedraza straight away to her main kill customer, and it's Jess Merzick.
Merzick heating up as this game's gone on. She struggled during those first 2 sets, but finding a little bit more rhythm here in set 3 and 4.
And Penn State able to work its way around the Wisconsin block. Badgers haven't had a block since set number 2. Integral part of their success early on tonight. And again, in what they've been able to do here throughout the year. Weatherington, the way she's able to twist that right arm and deliver prime power.
Oh, such an impressive shot, because as a right side attacker, if you're right-handed, you have to wait for this ball to cross your entire body before you take a swing on it. So if that ball's left inside, it's very difficult to get on top of. She adjusted her swing, made it look easy.
7th kill for Zoe Wetherington. Franklin. Always an option out of the back row. Mersick just kind of pushing that to the other side. Tip from Orja. But draws it down to get it. Wetherington. Back-to-back kill.
Wetherington able to sneak it right through the Wisconsin block. A lot more seams through Wisconsin's block as the game has gone on. Again, no blocks in set two. They haven't been able to get those touches either to slow down Penn State.
8 kills for a second consecutive evening here for Wetherington. And it's Penn State here by 3. And this would certainly be a eye-opener across the country. Penn State clearly capable, but Wisconsin has been that good this year.
Wisconsin's been incredible the entire season. They're sweeping opponents left and right. They've swept 17 of 24. This is a Penn State team that doesn't lay down for you. They're going to give you everything they have. And an opportunity for the Nittany Lions as Wisconsin's out a few players.
Pedraza working back for Mersick. Crunching one down the cross-court alley.
Man, the way Jess Mersick has climbed herself out of a hole during this match has been so impressive. She's continuing to take big swings. In some tough situations, she's not managing those balls. She's gaining kills.
Again, hitting about 240 in the season, just about 100 on the evening, but realizing she's got to keep firing away. Now 13 kills. Big cut from Booth. What a get from Grimes. Uchtikin, nice play. And Trommel's block sails wide.
Yeah, but Jillian Graham's in the back row for Penn State. She's making it difficult for Carter Booth to put a ball down. Every ball that Booth is going up with, she expects to get that kill. And Jillian Graham said, no, I'm here for it.
Booth with a big chunk of that off the swing from Hannah. Wetherington stepping up here in the fourth.
This is what Zoe Wetherington does in these big moments. We've seen her come alive against some of the best teams in the country. It's sustaining that through a match that we haven't necessarily seen, but it doesn't matter. You just need her to play in these big moments. That's exactly what she's doing tonight, just putting balls down left and right.
She can run a little hot and cold, but when she's hot, keep finding 17 in blue and white. Sarah Franklin to find her anytime you need something.
Yeah, Franklin now 55 attempts on the night, over double what any other teammate of hers has. This Wisconsin team is really relying on her to put balls down, especially as they're behind. Look for Wisconsin to keep feeding her.
A kill away from the 2010 evening is Franklin. Chance to get it there, denied by Grimes. And Hannah falling her way out of bounds, but still with enough mustard to put it away.
So impressive, this cross-court shot. She turns that right thumb down, so she's able to hit a nasty shot inside.
Gorgeous numbers of the night for Hannah. 17 kills to lead the way, and how about that? Service delight for Penn State and Villanova.
And all of a sudden, Penn State's got a lot.
Week. It was a near upset last week when they had #1 Nebraska on the ropes, but now Penn State potentially ready to take down #2 Wisconsin. Mersick with a nice dig in the back. And a strong finish again from Cameron Hannah.
Hannah finishes that one off. And Kelly Sheffield deservingly a little bit mad. That ball coming out real funny from Mac Pedraza's hands. A lot of spin off of it.
18 kills for Hannah, 48 assists, 12 digs for Pedraza. Ashburn going to Crawford, and the Badgers trying to make a push. This is why it's important 4 straight Big Ten titles for Wisconsin, and the quest to maybe beat Nebraska potentially and share it this year, get it for a 5th year in a row. Lost tonight would do some serious damage.
It would do damage for not only the Big Ten title race, but also postseason seeding. Wisconsin still trying to hold on to that top 4 seed that they currently would have if the season ended now.
And again for Penn State, trying to lock in one of the top 16 and looking for a signature win to move to the top of the resume. This clearly would qualify, and boy, Hannah has been phenomenal.
Cameron Hannah has been absolutely electric tonight, stepping up in ways that we haven't seen her do this entire season. Moving from that right side to the outside, she looks real comfortable out there.
Again, on nights when Merzick hasn't been able to deliver her maximum, Penn State hasn't had that quality top second option. Well, now they've got Hannah and Merzick flowing.
And now they got a 1-2 punch up front, and with Merzick playing as well as she has all night long here in this 4th set, Penn State looks tough to stop.
Remember, Penn State was up 6 in set 2, and Wisconsin clawed all the way back to push it well past regulation. Penn State finally prevailed 29-27. So a tall order for the Badgers, but they're certainly capable of clawing back in. That'll help with the service error. Yeah, Nittany Lions haven't taken down an opponent ranked in the top 2 since Stanford half dozen years ago. And they were 2 sets to good against the Huskers here 8 days ago, and couldn't close the deal as Nebraska soared back and trying to prevent a similar comeback here for Wisconsin. And boy, they look much more composed right now.
Penn State looks so composed, and what they do well is feed off of the energy of others. When you get this place rocking, these fans are tough to silence.
Timeout, Wisconsin. Holland ready to serve. Look at the hitting percentage numbers in this critical 4th set for Penn State, over 500. Stark in the back, nice get. Guchtikin popping it up. Orja with a rocket.
That's one of the most impressive swings that we've seen from Orja all night long. This ball left inside, she hammers it cross court right at the off blocker for that 4-4 shot. So impressive the way she can just sneak that inside.
How about your libero bumping it up for your old libero to crush it in a key spot? Merzick cross-court and down.
And Merzick has been electric here in set 4. She is putting the team on her back, taking swing after swing. No mercy from her.
Milanovic checks out. Pedraza back to serve. Look at the double-double numbers there for Merzick. That's long from Booth. With Jess Merzick and her accolades from Michigan checking in and coming to State College. And Mac Pedraza, Big Ten Setter of the Year at Ohio State, coming to Penn State. A lot expected of this Nittany Lion crew. It's taken some time, but now all maybe coalescing at the right time of the season for this group. Service error gets the side out, but Penn State still with this cushion.
It's so difficult when you bring in these big-name transfers. Everyone expects them to do so well right away, but it took this Penn State team a few weeks to really get their footing and understand what it's like to play next to each other and get those connections set. And this is a team that is starting to peak.
And factor in Hannah and company as well in this group. Again, doesn't matter what you do in September and October. It's more what you do in November and December. For programs of this pedigree, it's Wetherington trying to find an opening down the line. Can't get it. Ashburn. Strong match for her with 25 assists and 12 digs. Her serve handcuffing Grimes. Grimes going for Mercer. Franklin down 4. A bomb from Franklin handled by Grimes. Trammell with the stuff.
Penn State just finding ways to outlast Wisconsin in these long rallies. That starts with defense. Jillian Grimes has been outstanding tonight, getting some of these ups that you only dream of as a libero and putting them on the other side, but they're still relying on that defense to get the point. Trammell finishes it off with the front court defense.
Her rip is long. Penn State 3 points away. And this Wisconsin team shorthanded. Anna Smrek, one of the frontline starters, didn't make the trip this week after taking a shot in practice. And Penn State able to find a way against this retooled Wisconsin lineup. It's Trammell again.
Penn State absolutely rolling, looking for that first top 2 win since 2017. None of these players were even in college then.
And always been challenging to play here at Rec Hall. Now this Penn State team putting together maybe its best performance of the season. Can they close it out? Booth grabs one back quickly for Wisconsin.
Look, we also know that you can never count out Wisconsin. We saw it during set 2 when that team was down 24-18 and forced 10 Penn State set points before they took it.
And now, little friendly tape helping Orschel. She'll take it, so will the Badgers, off the service ace.
This is Wisconsin's best rotation. Penn State has to find a way out of this really quickly.
Orschel, the ace leader for the Badgers on the year, trying to keep it rolling. Weatherington can't successfully get it through the block.
Sarah Franklin putting up a wall to hit through. Again, this is Wisconsin.
And chasing the game, if you will, throughout the night for the Badgers. Again, got the win in set 1, almost thieved set 2. Penn State taking that and set 3 and trying to finish off the proceedings here in set 4. Again, Penn State doing it on both ends. Wisconsin coming in best offensive efficiency in the country and the top defensive efficiency in the country, stealing it away from Nebraska with their great numbers over the last 2 matches. And now Penn State hitting better and defending better than folks normally do on Wisconsin. Hannah with another big swing. Good get there from Orschel. Franklin off balance, trying to make it work. Weatherington off the block and out. Match point, Penn State. Signature win of the season for the Nittany Lions as they take down number 2 Wisconsin.
स्टूडियो खोरी पाकर
झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे, झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे, झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे ना मिली मजा तो खूब गरियाई रे, ना मिली मजा तो खूब गरियाई रे। भतार तोर खाई रे, झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे। जाइबे जो छोड़ के हमरा तन को ना गम्बा, पागल हो जाई तोरा भरम्बा, पागल हो जाई तोरा भरम्बा। जाइबे जो छोड़ के हमरा तन को ना गम्बा, पागल हो जाई तोरा भरम्बा। तोरा जैसा ढेर हमरा मिली हार जाई रे, तोरा जैसा ढेर हमरा मिली हार जाई रे, तोरा जैसा ढेर हमरा मिली हार जाई रे। झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे, झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे। भतार तोर खाई रे,
म्यूजिक बाय सुकेश राय।
झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे। केतन भतार लगे बनबे पवित्र, जान जाई सब तोरा का पावे भीतर, जान जाई सब तोरा का पावे भीतर। केतन भतार लगे बनबे पवित्र, जान जाई सब तोरा का पावे भीतर। सुन जे बिहारी से ते करबे ना सगाई रे, सुन जे बिहारी से ते करबे ना सगाई रे। जाति सुकेश जी से करबे ना सगाई रे। झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे, झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे।
सत्यम रिकॉर्डिंग स्टूडियो खोरी पाकर।